Are you gonna do it? You said I was cursed. You think I'm weak because I'm not like you.
You do not know everything, boy.
No. But at least I know the truth now.
The truth.
Hang on, boy!
Okay!
The truth.
Long way from home, aren't you? And here I thought your kind was supposed to be so enlightened, so much better than us.
The gods of these realms don't take kindly to outsiders, trust me. When they find you, and they will, they'll make things difficult.
Wait here. I will handle this.
Wow, that was something, that fight.
On our journey, we will be attacked by all manner of creature. To be effective in combat, a warrior must not feel for his enemy. Close your heart to their desperation. Close your heart to their suffering. The road ahead is long and unforgiving. No place for a boy. You must be a warrior.
But not everyone is bad. Mother always said to be open to those who can help.
Who you were before doesn't matter. This boy is not your past, he is your son. And he needs his father.
What is this?
It's the world serpent.
Stay calm, boy!
I am!
What does it say?
He wants to help us!
Hold.
That's a soul eater. If that kills us, that's it. No Valhalla, no hell, no afterlife, ever.
It does not attack.
Oh. Mom made them sound more dangerous than that.
Then do not drop your guard. Come. Get back!
Nice! See ya! Above us! Wow! Amazing!
Follow me.
Yes, sir!
Every God of War had power fantasy when it comes to Kratos, meaning that you go into fights and you feel really strong. You feel powerful, you feel like you can take them on, you can feel like you can take anything on, no matter how small, no matter how big, it's like Kratos can handle it. So for this game, even though we were changing pretty much everything about the combat, we wanted to make sure that Kratos still felt like he was a powerhouse.
The two things that we had talked about early on were like, one, we don't want to make an open world game. Two, we don't want to just mimic Dark Souls. As much as we like that game, there is kind of this interesting loop inside of it that we wanted to capture. That's when we really, I think, started embracing the fact that not all of God of War just has to be charge in, hit, and then sort of wake up after everything's over, right? We just didn't have that strategic element, that cerebral engagement. And all of the pieces that we put together throughout development put the player in a position that they have to think as they're fighting.
For this game, he's got a new weapon, his Leviathan axe, and with this weapon we wanted to be a little bit more tactical, still feel powerful at the end of the day, but have a little bit more decision making and a little bit more deliberate actions on the player.
We created scenarios in which, hey, it's advantageous to really experiment with this. And we've noticed that once people start seeing that, oh, I'm gonna try that one now, right? Because we give you a lot.
We want to make sure that, hey, when you win this fight, did you win it slightly different than this other player won the fight? Maybe you kicked him into a wall, stunned him, and grabbed him. Maybe you tripped him and then slammed your axe on top of him to split him in half. There's multiple ways to handle enemies this game.
But I love the kind of trick shot stuff with the axe. So like throwing and tripping the character and then repositioning myself to put another character between me and the axe, recalling the axe and taking the character from the ground, popping him up, hitting another character in that line from behind, grabbing and then comboing that, launching him up, and then throwing a runic attack on him.
Once you throw your axe, we didn't want Kratos to be useless. We wanted to make sure that he still had a moveset, so he's got a shield that can expand on command now. A lot of his bare hand attacks uses that to get more damage. With this thing, he can stun much easier, much faster than the axe itself.
Well, Kratos can throw the axe. He has ranged abilities, right? If you're blocking, you have to block. But the addition of Atreus means I can block and actually fire arrows. So I can strategize that I can open somebody up while maintaining some safety and then quickly get in while they're opened up and then follow that up with something. So it gives you a really interesting sense that I can both have an aggressive stance and a defensive stance at the same time. God of War was, the boat deck, right? On the Hydra ship, one section, bam, you already understand kind of all of the base combat stuff, and then we incorporate a little bit of magic later. So this was far more ambitious, and I think honestly, the audiences are more adept at games. They've played a lot more games. The game industry has progressed and matured, so people are looking for an inherently greater depth to the games that they're playing. One of the big things that we have changed in this iteration of God of War is really focusing on positional and battlefield awareness. So it really pays to keep mobile, to use the evade and move around, as well as really get friendly with the block. Just right there you can see the block and kind of the parry to allow you to get sort of a timing advantage. While some people say, oh, the health bars are a little bit obtrusive, what they do provide is this sense of strategy that God of War has never really had. This ability to look at some of the harder level enemies and strategize whether or not you want to take care of that enemy first or actually relocate to take care of another enemy. So it gives you a sense of tactics. Throwing the Leviathan axe at an enemy and freezing him allows you to focus on another enemy. So as you start facing larger mobs of characters and you start seeing harder enemies mixed in with these, you can actually use the Leviathan axe to pause somebody while you focus on another creature. From a distance, you can actually take out enemies both with Atreus as well as throwing the axe. Never forget the usage of Atreus, because Atreus is a really great accompaniment. He opens up characters, builds up their stun to allow you to do R3 moves so that Kratos can actually get in close and execute an enemy and take care of him quickly. So you're able to attack and defend at the exact same time by using Atreus, which is a huge benefit when you start getting into the more intense fights. But the get out of jail free card of all times is the Spartan Rage. You can go into that, it'll build up stun really fast, and every attack you do is actually feeding back into your health. And a lot of people actually forget that there are multiple buttons for Spartan Rage. So most people will be doing the R1s and not realize that actually R2 is a larger, more area of effect attack. As you get through the game, you can upgrade and get an L1 attack and an L2 attack. So you have a full suite of special moves for your Spartan Rage. So when the heavy joggers attack and there's a little circle, that means that it is an unblockable attack. And that's where the evade is your friend. We have the 2-stage evade as well. So if you're up close on an enemy and you don't want to move farther away from them, you can actually just single tap on the evade button and that'll sidestep and still keep you close enough to actually follow up with an attack. Or if you really need to get out of there, say with the Revenant's wide sweeping attack, you're going to want to double tap on that to evade either backwards or to the side.
I thought we were goners.
There will be more.
So that was just a few tips to help.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me.
That bow's a little big for you, isn't it?
My mother made it for me. Said I'd grow into it.
Find your way home. You are free.
We're taking her ashes to the highest peak in the realms.
Ashes?
It was her last wish.
Where must we go?
To a realm beyond your own.
There's only one person who can get you where you need to go. They call me Mimir, smartest man alive. First, you need to cut off my head.
Wait, what?
That axe you got. You gotta handle her special.
I know you're a god. Not of this realm, but there's no mistaking it. He doesn't know, does he? About your true nature? Or his own?
The longer you wait, the more damage you do. He will resent you, and you may lose him forever.
You're next! I'll rip your head off!
There are consequences to killing a god.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Power of this weapon, any weapon, comes from here. But only when tempered by this. By discipline. The self-control of the one who wields it.
Open the door! We need your help!
This is no ordinary illness. The boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him.
So I'm a man now. Like you?
No. We are not men. We are more than that. The responsibility is far greater.
something that big?
Where must we go?
To a realm beyond your own.
Norse myth provided that sense of a lived-in world. It got us away from the pristine feeling of Greek mythology and more of this feeling of like living moment to moment in this very unforgiving, very harsh, very isolated world that is very much tactile and easy to relate to.
More Draugr.
And then when I started reading more about the mythology, the interesting aspects were most of it was about how we interact, these sort of human lessons. Absolutely living every single moment of life like the world is going to end. Because to them, it is.
Can you kill something that big?